What's going on, everyone? This is Ken Marsh. Real quick, I want you guys to read this risk disclaimer. If you need to, go ahead and pause it. But we're going to crack on right now. We're going to talk about a Euro USD trade in this video that happened last night. We're going to talk about the entry, where to put the stop loss, and where to exit. So with that said, stay tuned. All right, welcome back. This is the Euro USD weekly chart, and what we're going to look at is direction. Now, for most people, they're going to look at this big move here, and they're going to see this is a pullback, and they're going to be looking to buy here. But actually, I look at this as a sell setup, mainly because we've had a couple of swing highs or swing lows here that have been broken right here. And when we go down to the 1 hour, and we're going to look at this a little bit more detail here. But I'm definitely looking bearish for now, and I really like to see the market come down to here. Now, I'm expecting it to break down at least below this weekly candle, but it could come down here, and heck, it could just bounce and then go back up, but we don't know. Right now, I am bearish, and so this is kind of an issue here. That's where this bounce happened, was right at this major swing high here. But like I said, we're bearish here on the weekly. So now we're going to go to the daily time frame. Now we can see a little bit more detail of what happened on that weekly candle. As you can see, we have these, what most people call our double bottoms, which usually people like to draw support resistance here, which you see it looks like a really nice support area. And this is what I call a really nice place to take stop losses and sell stops out. So a lot of people are looking at this head and shoulders, and they have sell stops, below this area somewhere in here. And then you're going to have stop losses for people that are buying right here, right below here. So, of course, if I was a institution, I would want to find liquidity, and that's where I would see it. I mean, you have this really, really beautiful head and shoulders here, right? The bigger one, there was one here too, but we have this really nice structure, nice accumulation area. They break below her, and a lot of people are also looking for a retest here to sell. So they're looking for a retest here where support turned to resistance, and they sell in, boom, they hit the wall and explode up. If you look over here, this area right here is what, if you're a supply-demand trader, this is a demand area, and it bounces right off that, and you move right on up here. Now, when you get up to this point, you're getting a nice setup. They take out some more stops and maybe buy orders up here, get a nice fake out, and then a nice entry for a move. If you've seen any of my videos or know who I am, I like to trade Fibonacci retracements. And if you were to enter this based on my entries now I usually show this on the hour, but I also trade daily candles because I like to have long-term swings going on too. But let me show you here. So we're going to set that up right there. This is where you would put, of course, your first part of the fib. You would come down to here at the highest or the lowest point, and you would enter inside this pink zone, which is between the 62% and the 79%. You would set a sell limit here, or if you're watching the market, you can enter here on the lower time frame, which I'll go over here in a little bit. Or I'll go over in another video about how I enter on the daily candles. The video is going to be about how to trade if you have a full-time job. So I'm going to go over that in more detail on that video. But on this video, just to give you a little example of what I'm looking at, if I'm trading the daily, you're going to get an entry and you're going to hold. You're going to probably take first profit here, and you're going to let it run either to here for the rest of your profit, or you're going to take the 100% or 200% move from here down to here, something like that. It's however you want to exit the trade. I don't like to tell people how they should exit trades because it's all up to you. Some people like to take everything off here. Some people like to take off everything here. Some people move their stop losses. Some people leave them there. It's all about what you want to do. But on these videos, I tell you what I do and how I would take the trade. So in this case, for me, swing lows and swing highs take more precedence when it comes to the second target. On the first target, it's anywhere from the 0% level or 10 pips behind that or below that or above it, depending on which way you're going, is where I like to take first target. And then, of course, second target, I'm looking to take profit either at the next area that I think the market might turn or at the 200% move. So like how to explain what that is, I'm going to take this here. If you don't know what it is, most people do. And you're just going to reverse the fib, and you're going to get a 200% move here, which is basically double this move. So you're going to get that and then that. So it's like a nice move, and that's usually anywhere from a 4 to 5 to 1 risk reward ratio when you take those type of trades. And I like these trades because of that reason, and two, since you have such small risk, you win a few of these trades, you can take a lot of losses. And if you have good risk management and trade management skills, then you most of the time will profit. Even if the only time you're going to lose if the market, you're just completely wrong, the market just blows right out and you lose your trade. Most of the time the market will reverse here and it might start to go into profit. At that point, usually I'll move my stop loss down as the market's moving, and it'll come up and I'll take a really small loss, or I might end up at break even, or I might at least take first profit and then hit break even. So that's kind of what I do. But let's before I go too crazy, let's go to the 1 hour time frame before I lose you guys. Let's get to the 1 hour and let's look at the real trade here. This is the trade from last night, and if you're in my group, you saw me take this trade live. And so again, if we zoom out here, we've had this nice move down here. This was on that daily. This is one of those daily candles. So this was the high here. We come down, we pull back up, and then we come back down. And then right here, we get a nice break of structure here. So at this point, I'm looking for a pullback entry in the London or US session, especially when it comes to the Euro USD. So let me kind of zoom in here and let me draw the fib. So this was the London session here. So I'm looking for the high of the day to form, which it's almost exactly equal to the Asian session high of the day. But we're going to use this one because it's during a major session, or a more major session than the Asian session. And we're going to draw that fib down to the low right here. Whoops. Let's get this right on. There we go. All right. Now, so we're going to draw the fib from this point here to this point here. This is, now if you are a US or New York like day trader and you're trading during the day, you're going to catch this move usually right before or right at the open, first couple hours of the open of the US session. So you're going to see this happen, and then you're going to take the entry. Now, I would set a sell limit somewhere between the 62 and the 70.5%. I had my sell limit just above the 62% level. And then whenever you put your stop loss, you're going to put your stop loss at this level plus your spread, just to be safe, just to give you a little bit of room. If the market comes up and takes this out, you don't want to be in the trade anymore anyway, because you're probably going to be going higher the rest of the week. Like I said in my previous videos, you don't take a trade unless the trade is you're going to learn something from the trade. You're either going to be right and you're going to make profit, or you're going to be wrong and you're going to learn the correct direction of the market. Don't take trades just to take trades. Okay? I'm going to say that probably every video just because it's that important. If you're going to take a loss and learn something from it, and then there's nothing wrong with re-entering in the correct direction if you get a setup and trigger. But for now, we're going to talk about this trade. I was right in the direction. We come up, we get a little close, but we don't get taken out of the trade. You're going to come down. You're going to take first profit either here or just below here. And then you're going to let this ride all the way down till I have a couple of different ways I like to exit. I either exit between 10 and 11 o'clock Central Time, Central Time, or it's like around the end of the Euro session, basically. Or, which is what I usually do, I will, like I just showed you, I will reverse the fib and target the 200% level, which if you see right here, we would hit smack right on it before it reverses. So you'd had a nice trade here, and I believe it's close to a 5-to-1 trade. Let me show you that right now. So we're going to take our handy dandy little tool here, and the entry was, oh heck, hold on. Let's get this entry pretty precise so we can get that going here. All right, so your entry would be we'll even say it's just right on the 62% level, right there. Now, let's get rid of this. All right, now we're going to move this down. That's about where your stop loss is going to be. And you're going to have your target. It's going to be pretty close to right there. So as you can see, you're going to get around a 4 point, almost a 4, a little over 4, I'm sorry, 4-to-1 win to reward ratio. Actually, yep, that's about right. And you're going to catch around close to 60 pips. That's a great week. A lot of people think that you're supposed to catch hundreds of pips a week. If you're taking over 50 pips a week, positive every week, you're going to be anywhere from 9 to 12%, and maybe more. I'm not going to do the math on the video, but you can do that every month. You're going to have people throwing money at you left and right to trade for them. I mean, they're going to talk to people, and if that's what you want to do, if you want to start trading other people's money, I mean, you're going to be able to do that. People are going to throw money at you like crazy. If you don't want to do that and you're trying to just trade your own money, you can do this, and you're going to, I mean, if you take a decent size account and keep on compounding and doing anywhere from 9 to 12% a month, I mean, you're going to be a millionaire for 4 or 5 years, and it's just going to explode from there. Especially if you don't take the money out. That it's more of a wealth building thing. You can easily do better than 12% a month if you have plenty of time to trade, or you're going to do this full time. Yes. Now, what I teach is how to trade a few times a week, catch good trades, and just be consistent. Work on that drawdown. Don't worry about being profitable. Control the drawdown. Nobody makes money just trying to go for home run profit all the time, not caring about trade management and risk management. If you really are serious about trading, you have to have good risk management, trade management skills. You can almost take random trades in the market, and if you have good risk and trade management skills, it can actually be profitable. If you don't believe me, get a demo account open and just take random trades with 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, and just take random trades and do like 10 and let them run out, and then do another 10 until you hit 50 or even 100. And I mean, a lot of people won't do that because it's a lot of work, but if you do that, you'll see how close you will be either to break even or slightly profitable, or slightly you're going to be slightly below profitable or break even. And at that point, once you understand that, then all you have to do is find an edge in the market, learning how to find the right direction, or getting good at timing your entries. And that's what strategies are for. And if you use it correctly and you follow your strategy and tweak what you need to tweak to get it to right there, to get that edge, you're going to be undefeatable in the market. If the market changes, no problem. If it gets a little bit tighter, then you go to a lower, smaller time frame. If you get some crazy volatility, then you're going to really kind of zone in and focus, but you're going to find a way to trade as long as you continue to have good risk management and good trade management. So that's that Euro trade. I actually wanted to show you AUD NZD that just happened. Actually, sadly, I missed it because I was too busy working on my videos. But this is a really beautiful one. I already actually have it drawn out because I was watching this. I actually told my fund manager I work for a Forex fund, and I actually told him about this, but he had entered in the in AUD USD instead, which was not as big of a move as this one. This was about an 80 pip move. It was about a 60 pip move in AUD USD, which is actually more than the daily range, so that's pretty good. But anywho, we got a nice setup here. You draw your fib from this high to this low. This high is at the slightly beginning of London, actually. Yeah, it's kind of in between the London and US Open, which is fine. It's during the Asian set, the Aussie New Zealand Open time at the end of that time, I believe. And you get your nice little move down. You're going to come into this kind of support area, and you get a move back up. Just kind of flutters. Then you get this crazy move up that if you would have watched this on a lower time frame than the 1 hour, it was insane. It just comes up here. And I wish I would have had a trade here, but I did not. I wanted to enter it manually, and I missed it. I mean, mainly because it just barely touched the 62% tracement level, and my spread was a little higher, so I like to get a little deeper in, and I didn't get that entry, so I just missed out. But I mean, this happened in less than an hour. You would have got an entry here. You would have had a stop loss here. Of course, you never would have hit it. You would have flew down here to first profit. You would have easily moved your stop loss. You had very, very little time to actually do that. And then, of course, you just let the rest of the trade run, and you can aim, like I said, for the 200% level. Let me see here. So your target could be here. And it hit right on the 161.8 percentage level, which some people like to take that as target. I like to just go for the whole home run. Once I've made profit on the trade and I move my stop loss into profit, I like to just go for the home runs. If I come up and it takes me out, I'm still making profit for the day. Then I can look for another trade to try to catch and try to get myself up to my 3%. I have a very simple goal of hitting 3% a week or more. If it's the or more, I usually stop trading. If I hit right at 3%, I might trade again, but usually I try to stop trading, or I start talking to my fund manager about certain trades. But for the most part, because I'm a very busy person, I just try to catch a couple of trades a week and hit home runs with them. And if I'm trading, and honestly, I don't take day trades that much. I do swing. I do take day trades, especially the past few months. I had been doing it, but here I've been moving back to the swing trading, mainly because it's December, and during December, during the holiday seasons, the markets kind of get a little bit wonky. You get a lot of sideways action. You get a lot of I guess you would call them fake outs, or just a lot of manipulation in the market. And of course, there's a lot of traders that don't even trade this time of the year. So liquidity is a little bit crazy, a little off, and you get a little bit more volatile movement. So I try to be a little bit careful in my trading, and I lower my lot size. Again, risk management, fellas, ladies. I lower my lot size during this month. I basically try to take a little bit out of the month. I'm not really shooting for 10% a month. If I hit it, awesome. If I don't care. As long as I'm profitable for the month of December, I'm good. That way I get set up for the beginning of the year. When I start looking at the monthly ranges. So I'm going to go to the month. Ooh, look at that. It's beautiful. All right, let me get rid of this. Boom. So I like looking at these monthly ranges, right? And between here and here is a year, okay? So if you look at this, you get a big move, pull back, you're starting to move up, right? If you look at this as an actual candle, a bar, you would have the open of the month, you would have a little wick, then you'd have a solid candle body all the way up to here and to here. And then you'd have a long wick here. So it would look kind of like this one right here. All right. No matter what time frame you're on, the candles do the exact same thing. So if you know how to trade the daily candles, the weekly candles, or the hourly candles, you know how to trade every time frame. And you do pretty much the exact same thing on each time frame. Just takes longer for your trades, longer for your setups. And I mean, all you have to do is just make sure everything is setting up in the direction of the way you want to go. This setup is just pulling back at this point. We haven't taken out any swing lows, so we're still looking for a turn and bearish movement and targeting this high or this high here, or even this high for the month, for these months. So I'm still very bearish on AUD, NZD. A little bonus for you guys, because I was only going to talk about Euro USD. But yeah, that's what I was looking at. Hopefully this video helped you out. And again, guys, these videos are free content. I am not charging anybody for any of this education that you see on YouTube. Most of this information is what my group gets, that I run with with IML. Sorry, Imarketslive. I have a personal group in Imarketslive, and these guys get my undivided attention whenever I do have time to give it to them. And I share setups with them. I actually share live trades with them. They ask me questions in the group. I do one-on-ones with some of them. That's what you get when you're in my group with Imarketslive. Now, like I said, the content you're getting here on YouTube, you're going to get more content from me than you will get from most educators for free. I want to help people, but at the same time, I have to make a living. And so I am a part of Imarketslive, and this is one way for me to show people what I'm about, what we do in my group. If you want to learn more and you want to get more in depth and you want to get more one-on-one with me and mentorship, and also you're going to get great tools with Imarketslive. You're going to get even more education through there, along with other educators. But if you sign up through me, you will be in my group and you will get hands-on. I will help you with your trading. I will help you with setting up everything in Imarketslive and so on and so forth. So with that said, if you are interested in doing that, or at least want to see what I'm talking about, go to my very first video. And that video is going to explain my story with Imarketslive, and it's going to go over all the presentation about everything that we have. And if you like it and you're very interested in it, then go ahead and join up. All you got to do is go to the description and click join, or click the link to join. You get signed up. I get an email. When I get that email, I put you in my group. I put you in the other groups, and we'll get you set up and get everything up and running so that you can start making money. That's pretty much it. Again, like I said, if you don't join, if you don't even care about Imarketslive, no problem. Subscribe to this channel. Get the free education. Will not hurt my feelings whatsoever. Comment below if you have any questions. Find me on Facebook. I believe I have that information in the description below. If I don't, I will add it. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. You'll get even more information. I'm going to be using my Twitter even more now. I'll be posting my videos on there. I'll also be posting information, things like that on Twitter. And I just growing it up, just making everything happen. So don't forget, like I said, subscribe, comment, like, and we will see you next time. Good luck and good trading.
I've been watching you.